Welcome back. You're watching Center Stage. The UGC Vice Chancellor debate is turning nastier. In a day of high drama, the news of the embattled Vice Chancellor quitting hit the headlines. An hour later, it was revealed that the resignation was only under a threat. That too made under immense pressure from the UGC. Direct charges were levelled at the HRD Minister. Smriti Irani was painted a puppet master firing from the UGC's shoulders. But amid the din of the UGC, VC charges and counter charges, the real issue, the fate of over 2 lakh students, was completely forgotten.
It's a bare-knuckle fight, a battle of wits, with Delhi University students caught in the middle. And both sides are putting their egos over education. The UGC DU war exploded with a brief resignation twist. The reports of VC quitting under pressure were denied by his camp. But the matters were complicated with a damning allegation at the HRD Minister. But the gloves are likely to be off soon. The battle moves to the court next. The pro-VC group moved the Supreme Court only to be directed to the High Court.
This is very unfortunate. This is a blatant attack on the university's autonomy.
The Congress claims it's an attack on the autonomy of the institutions. But the BJP is adamant that the apparent clean-out is only a clean-up.
Have students become cannon fodder in this battle between the BJP and the UGC on the one side and the Delhi University Vice Chancellor on the other? And does this mess reflect and represent all that is wrong with higher education in India? Joining us on Center Stage tonight, Siddharth Singh, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Madhu Kishwar has come out strongly in defense of the embattled and beleaguered Vice Chancellor. If he still has that post, I'm not sure. You, of course, met him and can tell us what happened. Bhupender Chaudhary is the treasurer of DUTA, which is the Teachers Association of the Delhi University. He is against the Vice Chancellor. He's against also the 4-year program. His affiliation must be known and understood very clearly. And the man I feel really bad introducing is Prashant Khurana. He's a second-year student of Hansraj College at Delhi University. They're the ones who are now called the guinea pigs. They're the ones who were brought in. I want Prashant, for because if we're hearing the teachers shout at each other in the both camps, we're hearing politicians trade charges. For you as a student who actually went through the first-year program and went to college this morning, why don't you tell our viewers about what's going on in Delhi University with the 56,000 odd students who went and actually went through the first-year program of the foundation course?
I think it's horrible. It's horrible for the students who are there in the first year. It's horrible for the students who are going to come to second year. And I'm going to share a personal experience. Today morning itself, when I went to college, I met a student who was seeking admission in Delhi University. He says, I'm from Assam. My father is a farmer, and we are here in Delhi because my father has to sign on the papers. We don't know when the cutoffs are going to be released. They said it's going to be released today. He has 96% marks, and yet he's waiting. He does not know when the cutoffs are going to be released. So they are going to stay here in Delhi as long as they don't get admission in Delhi hotels, and we all know how expensive Delhi hotels are. So I think it's a huge embarrassment that is going on for this university in the first place, because it has a world standing. And the kind of flip-flops that are happening, 1 year you have a 3-year program, the next year you have a 4-year program, then again you have a 3-year program. I think this should not be done. What we should have should be a very structured manner in which we go about bringing in reforms. And if this program is rolled back, one very important thing would have happened. A very bad precedent would have been set for any kind of reforms that are to come, no matter who the Vice Chancellor is, Mr. Dinesh Singh or somebody else, because no reforms are going to come.
Those are all very important points. In fact, the most sensible things I've heard all day, because Siddharth Singh, whether you like it or not, this Delhi University has become a laughing stock. And I don't know where you went to study, but for all those who went to Delhi University, they feel really bad about the way the premier institute of higher education in this country, the institute for which young people from Assam and all over the country come with very high expectations, is being treated. The Vice Chancellor, who's supposed to be an autonomous person, is supposed to be under pressure from the HRD Minister. That's the allegation that Madhu Kishwar is levelling. This is what Dinesh Singh told her. She says, is under pressure from the HRD Minister to step down. Why is the BJP government intervening in the matter of higher education in an autonomous institution and making such a mess of students and their careers and their lives? There's so much uncertainty. Who's responsible? Siddharth Singh.
Rahul, I passed out from Hindu College and I did my BA Honours in Economics, so I'm very much proud of Delhi University. But having said that, there is certainly, we keep hearing about the autonomy of the DU, autonomy of the UGC. Certainly this autonomy needs to be respected, but is the DU autonomy of making courses or deciding on the semester without taking approval from the UGC, I don't think that is mandated to Delhi University. There is a procedure. They need to refer it to UGC to sanction whichever 4-year courses, which courses needs to be done. And subsequently it has to go to the President of India, who is the visitor. Now, none of these steps have been taken. So, for last 1 year, what we have been, this previous government had been doing is an illegal act. And
you are saying it's an illegal act. Madhu Kishwar wants to respond and rebut. No, because the young boy, I think, made a very sensible point, which is that if you jump in now and later if the BJP government were to get voted out, then the next Prime Minister who comes in and the next HRD Minister might want to go back, and then students will wonder what's really going on. Madhu Kishwar wants to come in and respond to what Siddharth Singh is saying.
You didn't allow me to complete.
Okay, complete your point.
Rahul, you didn't allow me to complete. I agree with the student. I certainly agree with the student. But something which has been done in haste, something which is illegal, how can any government or
you made that point. Madhu Kishwar wants
allow
to rebut.
something like this to happen?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to correct it. And the question is, what was the earlier HRD Minister, Mr. Kapil Sibal and Palam Raju doing about it?
Okay,
they
you made those points.
Over it.
Let Madhu Kishwar now respond.
They were incompetent to correct it, or they were hand in glove with the VC.
You know, I'm so appalled at the manner in which this is playing itself out. But one great new miraculous thing that's happened is section of the BJP has come very close and made an alliance with CPM teachers wing to dislodge this Vice Chancellor.
I don't want to get into CPM BJP politics. I want to talk about the students. Who's worried about the students?
Exactly. Now, let's talk about the legality of it. This course revision took 2 years. Now, Academic Council, in a meeting with 92 members present, 86 assented, 6 dissented. Executive Council passes it with 24 votes in favor and 3 against it. Then it goes to UGC. Here is UGC's letter of 1st May 2013 endorsing it. The university sends it to the President because that's a technicality you have to fulfill. It was sent.
No, but the BJP is saying today that the President hasn't approved it.
See, 6 months, it's deemed assent. For 6 months, you don't hear to the contrary. The point that I'm trying to make is, if they think a 2-year process was hasty, they want to demolish it in 2 days. By all means, if you have problems with it, I'm saying scrap it, shoot the Vice Chancellor if necessary, but go through due process. If Ajmal Kasab can get a due process trial.
Bhupender Chaudhary, is this not setting a very wrong precedent where teachers like you who don't like the Vice Chancellor are running to BJP ministers asking them to intervene? Then let politicians run. This is exactly what happens with sport bodies. Let politicians run Delhi University as well. Why do we need academicians?
Rahul, it is not about the individuals. It is not about the liking of the individuals or disliking about the individuals. It is about the issue. It is about the manner in which the whole FIUP has been conceived. It is the manner in which the whole FIUP had been passed, steamrolled in Delhi University. My friend Madhu.
No, but are you contesting what Madhu Kishwar is saying? That the Academic Council, the Executive Council have approved this?
Yes, let me explain. Please let me speak. Let me have my say. You see, these are not the only 2 statutory body which are supposed to discuss the change of this magnitude in Delhi University. We have staff councils, we have departmental councils, we have courses of committee. Now, all these are statutory bodies.
No, but what do you want to tell Prashant Khurana? I don't care about teacher politics, frankly.
No, I'm not talking about politics.
Because this has become political. I want you to explain, what do you want to tell about Prashant Khurana, who feels let down by his teachers? Because you are bickering, there are 2 factions fighting with each other, taking on each other, therefore the students are suffering.
No, teachers are fighting to save the future of these students and not their problem.
Do you believe that when the teachers say that, Prashant, or do you think the teachers are fighting to save only their own interests? I think it's part. Just one second.
the responsibility partly falls on both sides. Now, we were not privy to the academic council meetings or whatever was happening. The only question that we are asking is, was the UGC sleeping over the last 1 year? Because the only change that has happened from then and now is a government change. So is it a shoot and scoot policy of the BJP from shooting over the shoulder of the UGC and then changing this program? Because it does not seem anything to the contrary.
That the only thing that has changed is the fact that you now have a BJP government in power, and the powers that be at the UGC seem to be wanting to appease the new minister, which is why they're doing this. Do you accept this?
No. Prashant, let me explain my position. Prashant, when he says this, he's absolutely right. I also have complained about the manner in which the UGC has dealt with the whole issue. Now, the violations which the UGC is talking about today, UGC is correct, but all these violations actually were pointed out to UGC a year back by us in 3 representations.
So why should the students suffer for that?
Absolutely not. They should not. But let us fix the responsibility. Who is responsible for allowing this kind of a
course?
The
UGC
is responsible. If they allowed admissions into an illegal course, the UGC is responsible. This is like conning us.
UGC did not intervene. Let me tell you. But that
just shows.
First, just let me complete, Rahul. First, the university passes such a course in absolute haste without proper discussion and consultation.
But Siddharth,
2 years,
1 second.
even 10 years.
The fact is, when this course was approved, I've seen that discussion Madhu Kishwar shows last year. The UGC approved this 4-year program. The 4-year foundation courses were approved by the UGC. Now, in the manner in which the UGC is acting at the behest of the BJP minister, you are perpetuating a mistake. What is wrong is being perpetuated. Why should the UGC change its position just because the government in the center has changed? How do you respond to this student on our program, Siddharth?
It is absolutely ridiculous accusation being made. The minister has kept herself away.
But surely you don't.
She's been meeting with the UGC officials and then saying
you're not suggesting that anyone believes that.
Allow me to speak.
Is this happening without Smriti Irani and the BJP wanting this to happen, Siddharth Nath Singh?
It was in your manifesto.
I am answering your question.
Implementing your manifesto.
I am answering your question.
At least be upfront and admit that.
You have justified
You allow me to speak, then only I'll speak, Rahul.
Okay, let Siddharth speak.
No, I'm sorry, Mr. Madhuji. Let me say.
Let Siddharth complete his argument.
Please do not, because anyway, बेगानी की शादी में अब्दुल्ला दीवाना हुआ है, तो I don't want to comment on it, but let me speak now. The HRD minister has kept herself aloof on the name of autonomy. Between UGC and DU there is something going on, but the DU in the name of autonomy cannot run some
but I don't agree with your Abdullah analogy at all.
Now the
it's
issue
not
is
Abdullah who's interfering in a Begani Shadi. This is Abdullah who's in cahoots with the government. This Abdullah has changed colors because of a change in government, so you can't suggest that there's a Begani Shadi happening where Abdullah has nothing to do with it. The Abdullah is very much a player in this marriage.
Previously, Rahul, what you are suggesting, I think your Twitter program is much better because you allow others to speak.
That's unfair. Now, you have a fair opportunity, but you must respond. You're not coming up with convincing answers, Siddharth.
Well, you're not allowing me to speak. How do you expect me to answer you? You button every time when I am trying to speak, Rahul.
I'm quiet, I'm listening to you.
Speak. There is enough evidence that the DU did not follow the law, even as far as 26/12/12, where the ordinance comes in for including for 4-year program, only 2 courses were brought in. And you advertise and you come on, the VC comes on various channels and says that all the 44 courses have been covered.
No, Madhu Kishwar, do you believe Siddharth Nath Singh when he says that the BJP has nothing to do in this shadi? There's the Abdullah and there's a Begani shadi between the UGC and the Delhi University, and Smriti Irani has nothing to do with it. Do you believe that she's as hands-off as she would want us to believe when she says, I have no idea what's going on, I don't wish to comment?
See, no bureaucrat in the UGC would ever dare what has happened, which is actually arm twisting, sending orders. They are going beyond their legal jurisdiction. The UGC Act does not allow officials to tell the university to scrap this course. They can only issue guidelines. They can, please, I've read the Act. They can only issue guidelines. They cannot micromanage a university, and suddenly there's a U-turn after having given it clearance. The point that I'm
asking you a straight question. Do you think the BJP minister and the BJP government is hands-off and this is just a battle between UGC and Delhi University?
Not at all. They justified it on television, BJP leaders saying it was in our manifesto, we've implemented our manifesto. They have every right to implement their manifesto, but they cannot run the university from party offices. They cannot arm twist the UGC into arm twisting the Vice Chancellor, go through due process, have a review committee.
A very wrong precedent, because tomorrow one set of teachers is running to the BJP, tomorrow the other set of teachers who are disaffected today could run to the next government and want to do completely the opposite. See, what will happen to generations of students like Prashant?
It is not about running to the UGC by one group or the...
You went to the minister.
You're going to the BJP minister.
We are going to the BJP minister. They are the minister of HRD. They do not belong to any party.
You're politicizing education beyond its current level of politicization.
See, Rahul, you have to understand that they are democratically elected ministers, and once they become minister, I do not believe that they are BJP or Congress.
I wish on every issue, CPM people will take this line.
Madhuri, let us not talk about BJP and CPM now.
Because
and you want to have a debate about CPM and BJP.
It's to do with appointments.
Then we can have some other time.
Very well.
Okay, I want to, as I said earlier, Delhi University teacher politics interests me in the least. I am here interested only in student.
But the point is, Rahul,
and there are 56,000.
Simply not allowing me to complete my sentence. She interrupted, and then you are shifting to the other.
No, complete your sentence.
No, the point is that you have Delhi University, which has committed certain illegalities in implementing the course. The UGC, I sincerely believe, under pressure from the UPA government, did not object to those illegalities then, because it was a baby of the UPA government and Kapil Sibal. Now today, and we teachers and students of Delhi University have been agitating since the day it was announced and introduced.
No, but Prashant, what do you make of this? That the UGC earlier was under pressure from the UPA, now it is under pressure from the BJP, and therefore they will keep changing their tune according to what their master wants, Prashant.
And the UGC would allow itself to be used as a rubber stamp sack the
UGC. Siddharth Singh, will that happen? I want to listen to Prashant first.
I'll phrase my point into a simple question for Mr. Singh.
Yes.
They don't want uncertainty in business. They don't want retrospective taxation for businesses. Why do they have uncertainty for us? Just because we are not sources of $1 trillion revenues?
That is an absolutely brilliant question. That you think retrospective taxation is bad for Vodafone and you want to scrap it because you want to build investor confidence, Siddharth Singh, but you don't think retrospectively changing the 4-year program is not a bad idea. Student confidence doesn't matter so much.
Mr. Rahul Kanwar, if you want to have a 4-year program, you need to bring in the faculties, you need to bring in the teachers, you need to correct many things.
So why don't you once implement it?
Just one more point. This is one side of it. The second side is there is the illegal approval. There's no approval to the VC to run this program, because the president has not signed it.
Madhu Kishwar just explained to you that the president does not actively sign.
And the issue is,
the president, while he is the visitor of the Delhi University, doesn't actively sign that.
It was not sent by the university.
No.
University can't produce even a single.
I don't want everyone speaking at the same time. Just 1 second. I want to go back to Prashant. Yes.
Just one question. Mr. Modi in the parliament a few days ago talked about skill development. Now we all know how difficult education reform is in this country.
Yes.
He has a huge opportunity at his hand. We already have a ready-made 4-year course. Why don't you introduce skill development courses instead of the foundation courses there? Have international relations, have things like philosophy, have things like psychology being taught instead of those foundation courses. Utilize that extra year. Why do you want to go retrospectively repealing this new course? Legal or illegal, we have been admitted into this course. Are we illegal students of Delhi University then?
Prashant has all the right questions. I'm afraid our netas and the academics don't have the right answers. If the 4-year program has certain flaws, should those flaws not be fixed? I'm out of time. on this program. I'm out of time.
To answer
10 seconds. 10 seconds. No more. Yes.
To answer Prashant's question, agreement has been signed with NSDC to train 60,000 students in skills every year, so that jobs are guaranteed for vast majority. There's much else. There isn't it. It's a stable.
But there must be some consistency. There cannot be this uncertainty that you enroll today. If the 4-year program were to get cancelled, that you enroll today for a 3-year program, the government changes, they bring the 4-year program back. That really reduces education to a joke. And I think the analogy Prashant drew deserves applause. That if you have a retrospective clause in taxation and you want to stay away from it, should that same logic not apply also to the education system? We don't take sides. You've heard all arguments. You decide where you stand. But what we've really done to education in India is a mess. And that is what the BJP government promised to fix. As of now, they haven't done anything to show that they mean business. I want to thank my guests for joining me on Center Stage tonight. News and updates continue when we come back on the other side of a quick break.